Night Stalker.
Radiant team pick.
Lycan.
Navi's turn to pick.
Hello and welcome back. This draft is going so fast. I don't know, just wait until the first couple of bans were done and then instantly we're 4 picks in. So, M19, you might not know them. They're the team that qualified first in the open qualifiers of the CIS scene. So they did it in the first qualifiers that was 3 days ago by now, and it is a Funny squad. That's the one that you should recognize. If you're going to recognize any of these players, it's going to be Funny.
5 seconds remaining.
And obviously, you know, Navi with all the familiar names in there. We got a Clockwork first pick together with a Witch Doctor. I love myself some Witch Doctor. Night Stalker and Lycan on the side of M19 though. That is some heavy chase. Cogs can help. Cask can help. But the silence is also a tricky one. I like the draft for M19 so far. Very aggressive. What we saw last game with the Night Stalker goes for this as well. So Night Stalker, you're the one to determine the tempo of the game. You're the one having to go for plays at the start of the game. So it is a very CIS style play. But it is also, it could come with some difficulties because in that case, in that regard, you're going to be fairly predictable. Because everybody knows that you're going to try to make rotations. Everybody knows that you're going to try to make kills. And everybody knows that you're probably going to do it on the most squishy person on the map, which at the moment is a Witch Doctor and a Weaver as well. Interesting pick for the Weaver. Sure, you buy a Lincoln Sphere, so you can normally deal with the silence of the Night Stalker. But before that, that silence lasts so long in nighttime, and Weaver is so squishy.
10 seconds remaining.
That's a lot of confidence coming out from Navi.
5 seconds remaining.
Queen of Pain coming out from M19. I like Queen of Pain as well. Again, very aggressive, very in your face. And it looks like they are the ones wanting to make things happen. It's just as simple as that. It also will make for I think a very fun mid matchup to watch. As
turn to pick.
Queen of Pain normally makes mid matchups interesting to watch. Warlock picked up as well, some teamfight coming out from M19, something that Navi already has a little bit in the case of a Witch Doctor.
Radiant team back.
With the Troll there as well, though. Yeah, it's that teamfight is still good on M19, with the fatal bonds there, chasing people down. I'm not sure actually. I think I might even pick Navi for teamfights right now. With the bashes, Lycan kind of is forced to build an Abyssal now as well to make sure that the Troll doesn't get out of control, because then it's just going to come down to the first person who gets bashed dies. And it looks like we're going to have that Troll safe lane, Weaver off lane, Clockwork and Witch Doctor support, but it might still be a Troll mid. That is an option as well. We can have Clockwork off lane, Weaver looks like we're going to have that Troll safe lane. And Weaver off lane, Clockwork and Witch Doctor see what support, they think, but it might still be a Troll mid. Ban is going to be telling for that. See what they're worried about. Ooh. Ban is going to be telling for that. I'm going to stop coughing. See what they're worried, you guys. I'll drink some water to help with that. Sand King gets banned, so they are not expecting another core.
Turn to ban.
I say that, but they could be expecting another offlane with Weaver safe lane, Troll mid, and then put Sand King on the offlane. A lot of disable Sand King offers, and that is something that right now, sure, there is paralyzing cask from Navi. For M19, by the way, in terms of disable, they don't really have that much at all. Basically, the Golem is all they have. The dropping of the rock. Chaotic offering. So I think both teams will want some extra control, perhaps. You might want to get if you're Navi, you might want to be able to get a silence for the Queen of Pain. It really depends on what mid matchup they want to do. It really depends how they want to do their lanes. So they got another disable in the form of the Lina, and Light Strike Array is great if there's someone stocking cogs. It's easy to target that. And Beastmaster is the last ban from Navi themselves, so still indeed expecting the offlaner, which we were expecting as well, as we do think that Night Stalker is going to be on that
5 seconds
on the 4 position again, just like previous game.
Reserve time.
Let's see what offlaner they're gonna go for. And if it is one that needs farm levels or can just go and fight, I think that they have a very aggressive lineup. They want to fight, and they need an offlaner to be able to do that as well, despite how much, like, doesn't matter how much farm he's gonna get, because he might not get a lot of farm with the support that Navi has. Witch Doctor is a good one in trying to harass it, so you don't also want to go for too tanky of an offlaner. Let's see. You want to get a... I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be bad at all. Just if you're able to get levels anyway. You got your repel. You get your heal. Still would be very difficult to get levels though, to get in range. And the Clockwork, of course, burns your mana. You don't really have enough mana to go for, regardless.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
So which other offlaners are there that are good for that? Slardart is. I mean, it's good. I know I don't sound convinced at all. I mean, Slardart is a good hero, but generally you want to still have a blink dagger on him. And my question is if they're able to get that blink dagger in time. Because if they don't, then there's gonna be a tough situation. But yeah, I think it'll be okay. You get the vision from the Night Stalker as well, so you can jump in on Night Stalker if he gets the blink dagger. That is, you get a nice initiator. Obviously, otherwise Queen of Pain is the initiator, and you don't really want to have that.
10 seconds remaining.
Warlock with the Golem. You normally want to use the Reign of Chaos.
5 seconds
sorry,
remaining.
the Chaotic Offering when everybody is already fighting. So when they're already grouped together. When they don't tend to their positioning anymore. Alright. So their bonus time is about done. Strategy time, I should call it. And strategy time. What could they be strategizing about? I mean, in terms of lanes, it's pretty straightforward. We do have the Weaver support, by the way, rather than the Clockwork, in case you missed that one. Something to watch for sure. I will also go for the predictions. In the game, everybody gets the same predictions, right? I think so. Total number of player deaths by 10 minutes. 10.
Prepare for battle.
6 to 10. Total number of teleports cancelled by stun before 25. I mean 1. I'm gonna go for 1, actually. Clockwork is a really good one to disable teleports. There's a lot of stuns coming out. I'm still going for 1, yes. Total number of player deaths by the game end. Oh, that's a tricky one. I think I'm gonna go 26 to 40. And will the tower be denied? Yes. Alright, that's it. We're gonna press K. That's my button for controls of the camera. To make sure that it's all smooth. Alright, so Neko. What you doing there, buddy? Sorry.
30
Why do I have a
seconds to
cough
battle.
in my throat? A thingy, tickle. They're drinking all the water. Ah, that's a lot better. Alright, so let's go over who's playing what. Beaver. I don't know how you want to call him. I see it as Beaver. But maybe it's just Beaver. Witch Doctor for him. So Neko on the Weaver.
The battle begins.
We have Pycat on the Troll Warlock. We have Denny playing Lina in the mid row, as we have Navi securing 3 of the runes, and General on the top lane with the Clockwork. And meaning that the 3 we just saw taking that bottom rune will be Trial lane. And Muriel is going to be the only one moving towards that bottom lane for now. Looks like he'll be joined by Funnick on the Slardar. In the mid lane, there's a dual lane at the moment with Nyx and Misha. Nyx on the Queen of Pain, Misha on the Night Stalker. But then he's gonna have a little bit of a tough time. We'll see how that goes. Oh, that sound was slightly delayed, wasn't it? Funny. And then Il2 will play the Lycan on the solo offlane for now. Bottom lane is where we're going to spend most of our attention for the moment, seeing how that goes, because we have a bit of a interesting laning combination going on. With obviously a Witch Doctor, he went for cast first. Weaver can go for harassment a lot with a Shikushi, but it's very expensive at this early start of the game in terms of mana cost, so we'll see how much mana he has left. Sentry ward being placed, there is an observer, and they take it down straight away. Can go for the Night Stalker. And then he has to be very careful with this lane. And I think it's oh, hello. Welcome, Weaver. They take the ward themselves. You gotta be careful here though. Nyx is taking quite the beating there. Seneko has got another Shikushi in 2 seconds. He knows that there's no sentry right now so that he can't get out, so he's playing very ballsy. And that was salve from Nyx cancelled, but cancelled after you already used most of it though, so it doesn't really matter that much. I am expecting maybe Navi to try and pressure this lane a bit harder so that they force that Night Stalker bottom. I think that would be one of their better plays. Also, around 4 minutes, towards nighttime, what better place to try and beat on somebody and try to make sure that he can't run away is at the bottom lane. They're too far away from their tower to escape to the safety of their tower to run that way. So the only way that they could deal with the Night Stalker then is to fight, and nighttime Night Stalker should win that fight. Oh, Denny. This might be it for you. He's got a fairy fire, but first blood gets drawn by Misha. That's it for him.
Don't think he loved me. Flesh sustains.
Phonic, the one
code remains.
having 6 last hits on this bottom lane. Oh, Phonic. That's a maledict, you guys. And that's gonna hurt. It's level 1 only, but it's still gonna be taking quite a beating, especially since he sprinted, so he's gonna take a bit more. But he has the heal coming out from Uriel, and that's gonna help him a ton, but he should be careful. I'm very interested in seeing what... Oh, again? Then he dies again. I'm very interested in seeing what Viper is gonna do with his level 3, if he's gonna get that on level maledict again. In the meantime, Denny has died twice on mid. He does have a very tricky mid lane with the Night Stalker hanging around. This guy is having a bit of a tough time. It looks like he actually is going to die. General, one more hit. No, he's not going to get it. He has a flare in 3, but the salve already ticks him up again. He will be able to disable the salve if he wants to, if he hits the flare properly, which he's not going to try. Salve is already done. In the meantime, we missed a kill on Muriel as Byvern gets the last hit there. Witch Doctor did get the level 2 on the maledict, so that is how he got that kill. And the middle is another tricky time. Misha was invisible, then he did not see him coming, and another kill going the way of M19. Misha patiently waiting and giving the last hit to his Queen of Pain. But that is the 3rd death that Denny has. In the meantime, the only kill that Navi has to show for is a kill on the Warlock from one support to another. Let's see if this Night Stalker with minute 4 can get something done on this Troll Warlock. As well, he's taking a large beating, and he gets slowed by Muriel's Warlock as well, and he will end up gonna come out. It doesn't matter that much for the kill. Byver, you gotta be careful there, buddy. I know it's level 2 cursed, but you can't give your life for that, especially not if your enemy's not gonna die, which looks to be the case. He pops the salve so that he can take that last tick of damage. 2 extra kills going the way of M19. On the bright side, there's a bright side. Look at this. Night Stalker is no longer in mid lane. Dendy is finally released from the grips of the monster. He is still obviously very far behind this Queen of Pain, but it's at least better than having a Night Stalker running through the whole time. In the meantime, this Lycan is 22 or 23 for 1. General sitting on 28 for 7, so slightly ahead on this lane. You gotta imagine also that when this Clockwork reaches level 6, he wants to be able to make something happen. Now, there's two ways this could happen. Either he's gonna ask for some backup to try and kill the Lycan, unless he thinks he can kill him by himself, in which case he can just try that. Or he has to leave the lane, in which case the lane is free for the Lycan to take even more farm. So it's a tricky position to be in as a Clockwork, because you know you have to make something happen, because that is your hero. Curse already came off on Misha, but Misha doesn't take that much damage. In the meantime, Queen of Pain is here as well. This looks like a dead Pycat again, teleporting from the Clockwork. He has got his level 6, but can he make something happen? This slow from Muriel. Muriel has got that at level 2, and it's paying off so much. Down forward, silence off on Lina. He's just going for the right click. The silence lasts for a very long time. Hookshot coming in, going for the Warlock. Well, if you just get a Warlock with the rotation of 2 other cores and still losing your Troll, that's not worth it. Troll did end up going top and trying to get some farm.
Worthy tribute.
Some farm over there, but just a Warlock there for Navi. Not really a favorable trade for
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They said Muriel a mid, he's level 3 still, so probably wants to get some extra levels up. Level 4 for Funnick, and he, you know, he's gonna try to kill the things, but he's still dead, I think. One more hit, yeah, the flare will do the trick. General though, can he run away from this one? He's got his face boots, he should be okay. It is, he could have probably chased it perhaps, but it's too risky as well. You don't know how many people are backing him up, and they don't really have any vision here as they only have a sentry, so you don't know who's hiding behind that corner. Pycat has a Saneko there as a bit of a guard. He will not show himself as he moves past. Ooh, nice word there. Making sure that you see the nice arc coming in. It is daytime and again in the meantime. And in comes the hookshot. That is a Queen of Pain, and the blink is just on cooldown. The cask up on 2, and this is the best type of cask you can hope for. That means that Nyx dies. Misha in a lot of trouble as well, and a double kill goes away with General. That is a Witch Doctor's dreams coming true right there. 2 people standing that close together with no creeps. Oof, lovely. And for the 203, so level 3 on the cask there, making sure that that's worth it as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Shrine coming out for Navi. So far, we have Navi after those last couple of engagements, pulling out ahead. Of course, they started out rough. Not gonna lie, they started out very rough with Denny dying 3 times. Now, Alina, in terms of catch-up potential, you gotta try to have some stacks, but mostly you're gonna try to get kills. That is your way of catching up. Just farming is not gonna do the trick. So it will be interesting to see how much more active he's gonna get and how much he's gonna try to rely on, for example, the Clockwork to try and help get those kills. Of course, the previous hookshot on mid, there was no Lina around, so she didn't get the experience or gold from those 2 kills. At the same time, General is creating space right now as well, and that is a good thing as well. Making sure that Lina does have some time to farm before M19 is getting active. He has got a flare available, but he doesn't know if someone's there. You can try and check it out. Well, this word just scouted out the Clockwork walking about.
Jackpot!
Oh, we were wrong there. Damn it.
Illusion!
And it was only 1 kill off too. Stupid. Pycat teleporting out. Is there crush in time? Nope, there is
Dire's
not.
top tower is under attack.
Flare? They scout out this Warlock right here.
Radiant's bottom tower is
You
under
could try.
attack.
No, they're not even wanting to use a hookshot on him. He's just dead. The Curse there also level 2. General gets the kill. He's dominating right now. He's 4-0. 4 people right now from Navi on this bottom lane. The only one missing is Dendy, who's still trying to catch up in the trees.
Radiant's bottom tower
In the jungle and the creeps. In the meantime, top lane's getting pressured hard by M19. They got 3 heroes around there, and making sure that this tower is not gonna live very much longer. Teleport mid, Weaver, just trying to delay the push in mid lane, because Nyx was over there, pressuring that one. Oh, he has to be careful though. There's a Clockwork that still has a hook shot. This siege creep standing nicely though. Walking towards the Queen of Pain, still having that hook shot. He's saving that. That is... Yeah, I was gonna say that I was not really needed, but I really like that that he saved that hook shot, because he could have hook shot in and he could have probably killed him with that as well. But if it's not needed, if it's not necessary, then why do it? That hook shot is his ticket to a kill. Almost every time you can get a guaranteed kill with that, but why use it if you can already get a guaranteed kill without using it, right? Ended up using it anyway, but better safe than sorry, and that is exactly what this Witch Doctor thought as well. Biver, just with his ultimate, it has a fairly short cooldown, just an 80-second cooldown for an ultimate like that, so it's worth it, and it's a Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain was doing fine. Let's take a look at net worth. As well, actually, it's not too bad for M19. They have the 2 highest, but they have 3 heroes. Rather, Navi has 3 heroes in that top 6 that are very high, and the 3 heroes of M19, and that Slardar is not really on the same level as the rest. Let's see if this smoke can get anything done. This shrine was just used, so all these people are like nice and high on health. No ward placed by that warlock going for over there. Urn coming out for the Night Stalker. Careful. Careful, Dendy. The silence. He saves the silence for the Lina, but can there be any backup? Oh, there you go. Chaotic Offering coming out, and Pycat is taking a large beating. Who can finish him off? Nobody yet. There he goes. In the meantime, it is Lina that tries to go for the Wolf. The Flare will finish him off in the end there, but it is Navi that is losing a lot of their members. Time-lapse needed to be used for that Weaver. Can't get into the fight just yet as Clockwork General, that is his dominating streak, ended. Mega kill streak ended even. The cask doesn't kill off Funnick, just slows him down. 2 for 3, but this fight... this fight... I'd say that's one fight by M19. Sure, it's also in terms of numbers, but they did lose their Lycan. But getting that Clockwork was massive. That was a lot of gold going the way of Funnick. And Funnick was the one that needed it. Look at it. I was just saying that Funnick was the one that wasn't really on par with the rest of... Definitely making a comeback with that kill. He's got his Blink Dagger off the back of that fight as well. And with that Blink Dagger, I mentioned it earlier during the draft, that Blink Dagger is his ticket to success. He needs a Blink Dagger to be able to fight. And he has got it. What is happening over here? That's a dead Queen of Pain for a Witch Doctor. That is worth it for Navi. General already starting the track back up, even though he didn't get lasted actually. But good hook shot nonetheless. And aggressive Queen of Pain play. Nice crush coming out from Funnick. Just slowing down. They did see the Blink Dagger though. So a bit of a reveal there. Well, that was a good fight earlier for M19. The only downside with that fight, as they do crush on Snego, the downside with that fight is that they fought over here, right? They ended up fighting in between the tier 1 and the tier 2. Look at how healthy that tier 1 tower is. Sure, you won the fight, but you gotta take some towers off the back of that as well. Otherwise, what are you fighting for? You gotta take some map control, and they didn't do that. Maybe with this fight they can. They fight Pycat. They stop him. They probably are able to kill him fairly easy. There's no backup for Navi coming their way, and rightfully so. It's too scary. Bifer, it is a nighttime still. Funnick is still looking for someone. Gets pushed back. There we go. Bifer is the sad one. Generals should be able to teleport out, but that's worth it if they sacrifice a Witch Doctor for that. And they're shrining to see, or sorry, scanning to see if they can find the Clockwork still there, but he teleported out. Another couple of good kills by M19. Towers. That's what we're gonna look towards. Sure, we see people have good fights. Yes, it's important. The gold definitely making a difference, but the biggest difference is getting control, getting map control, and they do have. Well, General is able to hookshot away. Nice play by him, but it does leave the tower, of course, still unprotected. So Nako thinking about going back in. But yeah, they do have the Lycan, and Lycan is a hero that pushes very fast, so time to make use of that. Time to try and get some control, get some towers. In the meantime, bottom lane, Lina is still fighting. Not fighting, he's pushing. Ooh, can he make something happen? I don't think so. You gotta be careful. Silence top now as well. But they got the tower, they got what they came for. Clockwork, are you gonna try? You don't have a hook shot, so I don't think you can. Lina got the tower on bot lane to half health. Dandy still trying to catch up. I mean, he's okay in terms of net worth, but it's still not really where you want to be. He can't be as aggressive as he wants to be. It's Queen of Pain. Too much out of control, and very close to getting her Orchid done. Overall though, let's see how the net worth's looking. Back to 0. Navi was ahead at the start with those couple of kills that we saw them get. But M19 now with that tier 2 tower down and with some obvious advantages in the team fights at the moment. Pulling out ahead. Let's see what's happening over here. This looks like a potential smoke. And where there's smoke. I see smokes on all the peoples. There's a Clockwork, or sorry, which infantry. No smokes today though. Just back to farming they go. Then he pushing on the top lane. We do have Pink coming out to defend it as well, but yeah, then he's not gonna go as far as actually stand there. The tower is too scary. That too. The Slaughter with the Blink Dagger, especially with an Invis rune. They did not see that getting picked up, by the way. Navi has no idea, but they do have a sentry. And they get the stun out. There's no way Funny can make anything happen there. You saw him mid-animation. That stun, that Light Strike array was at the right time to interrupt that.
Radiant's bottom tower is
it has a fairly fast cast point, so it would have been able to be cast in the middle of a battery assault too. So a nice catch, good sentry, and that sentry was at the end of its duration. I was there to counter a ward.
Rock it on!
Very unfortunate for Funny, to be honest. What is Troll doing that he needs? Oh, he's killing creeps. Of course. Still have a frog in my throat. I'm sure it will be fine. Alright. Let's see if M19 can do this. If they can get the Roshan. The Shrine comes out. A Shrine again. The scan. So they know. And they've got some smokes. And they know that fighting in the Roche Pit's probably not ideal because there is a chaotic offering waiting in the wings.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Queen now gets the Aegis.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Just trying to push the wave out. There's some people here on the bot lane. They've got a ward. They see them coming. They look for a target. They find Viper, but they can't really jump him just yet. I don't think that he's gonna make it out though. The rest is gonna teleport and panic teleport while Viper's is gonna try to buy some time. But this time the crush does hit. There's really no way out for him. That's wishful thinking to think that he can make something happen right there. But yeah, these towers are the towers that they wanna get next. At least a tier 1. You know, tier 1's like free money on the map. Navi is preparing for the long run, by the way. They're preparing for ooh, a bash.
My
Bendy.
fever breaks.
All right, killed himself with the bloodstone charges. Look at 8 left.
Flesh sustains, gold remains. Gasket!
Oh, gotta be careful here. Witch Doctor, he came back bottom. Muriel, can he get something happen there? No, he can't. He dies. In the meantime, like it, he should be fine. He popped his ultimate. He's very speedy. Nobody's gonna even try to chase him because it's not worth it. But Navi really know that they need to try and defend this bottom tier 1, because if they start letting this ball get out of control outside of M9, that's not gonna be a good thing. Oh, they find Troll. Troll, can he make it to the shrine? The shrine's up. Yes, he can. Lina coming in, getting an amplified damage on her. Sorry, corrosive haze.
Incoming!
Now he's buying time, but have started like this is the first tower that they actively protected.
Oh, now that's a hit.
They make sure that that they keep this part of the map. Map control is so important. If we look at it right now, on the map for M19, yet they still dare going in. Oh.
Radiant's
See where they're
bottom
going?
tower
They
is
find
under
Deadly, they
attack.
get the crush off.
Night.
This should be a dead Lina for
So
sure.
cold.
5 heroes jumping one poor Lina.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nobody could come in close enough to defend in
Dire's
time.
structures are fortified.
Looks like they're gonna have to protect this tier 2 tower. Well, looks like they can protect this tier 2 tower. Punic finds himself a troll.
Dire's middle tower is under
That's a
attack.
scary target to find. He's not the one getting silenced, but he's taking a lot of damage with that corrosive haze on him. Teleport out by clockwork. Pike had left his devices and picked off. In the meantime, the tier 2 did get defended. We had Senehu coming forward and they prioritized killing the troll over anything else. So Neko trying to make sure that the waves are pushed out, and of course also trying to keep himself alive and not give away that he is still hanging around there. In the meantime, mid lane, M19 is doing the same thing, but then in mid lane. Maybe they can kill themselves off a little bit of a witch doctor right there. Witch doctor, you're dead. Oh, poor guy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They only saw him briefly through this ward on the high ground too.
Tribute.
But they knew what was there. That was enough.
Dire's middle tower
It's a slow
has
little
fallen.
dude. They saw him walk right there. That's really all it takes. He thought he was safe. TP out by Seneko, who's still just whittling around about this tower. The tower is slowly but steadily is dying. And this wave, this tier 1 tower, by the constant pressure, is just being kept alive for so long. We're 24 minutes into the game. Tier 1 still standing. I mean, obviously, we still got 2 tier 1s standing on the top and bottom on the side of M19. That's because the fights really haven't been on that side. Yeah, and this is Biver knowing, like, wait a second, they shouldn't know I was there, so there's a ward right there, so he counters that.
Boom! There it goes!
Making sure that the vision is gone and vision of M19 is kept to a minimum. Net worth is still so close. Same thing goes for experience gained. These two teams,
Yeah,
They're still so even after Navi having a rough start, trying to catch up a bit with a couple of kills, but of course that disastrous fight on bottom, it wasn't that disastrous, but still not a great fight on bottom for Navi. Let's see if they can take this tier 1 in the mid lane. They definitely want it. Or maybe they just want to get the vision out there. I really like that ward placement, by the way. Getting to see if someone teleports in as well to walk that way.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Hello! That was a blind jump in, by the way. I don't think Phonic was aware of that. Gets a silence off. Oh, Warlock drops the golem. That is a support weaver you're doing that for, buddy. I'm not sure if that's where you want to be doing. This might be an opening for Navi to fight now that the chaotic offering is down.
Double damage.
This might be a time for them to try and make a fight happen. They still have to hope that they don't lose General though, but he can hookshot himself away, manages to catch Viver, says thanks. That's what friends are for, huh? Always wondered what that was like. Though. Oh, what's happening here? Double damage rune for the Queen of Pain, but jumps into High Cat, not the guy you want to jump into. Witch Doctor does end up going down. Ownage on the side of M19 as Queen of Pain gets that kill. Battery Assault, Phonic in trouble, but gets himself out with a sprint and a crush. And Darkness has been popped, so no chasing is gonna be done right now by Navi. They still hold on to that tier 1 tower, but this game is still pretty rough for them because as we saw previous game, you don't need to get kills. As long as you get towers, slowly but steadily, you can win the game. And that is exactly what M19 is doing. And better yet, they're still getting some kills on the back of it as well. So they're in a pretty good spot, if you ask me.
Boom, there it
They just
goes.
need to find a way to get on top of this game, and it's so difficult to do that because it's basically all general. You gotta give it to that guy. That guy has already played really well. He's 5-0, 5-1, and 5 kills, but he is still the one needing to do more, and it sounds so sad for him because he's already done so much, but he's the one needing to keep the pressure up, needing to find the kills, and make sure that M19 just feels too pressured to go on the enemy side of the map, and that's when it starts getting better for Navi. Tower is in the eye range, and Misha just wants to use it as bait. Oh, Denny, please. There's a lot of people here, but they do not know.
Night silence.
Oh, they find like they were looking for Suneko the whole time, but they just found Lina instead, and you gotta imagine that at this point, if you are losing one, either Lina or or Weaver, you gotta choose. You're still choosing Weaver, so that's very unfortunate. And well, in the end, the tower died anyway, so they didn't even need the help of Dendy over there. Meantime, top lane tier 1 tower drops there as well. General's the one to fall there, but the tower died still. So even though M19 gets that return kill, some lights and specks of hope there for Navi coming back as they take 2 towers on the map. Meaning towers are actually even at this point, unless this Lycan manages to take down this tier 1 finally. But 2 tier 2 left standing on the map on the side of M19. 2 on the lane, on bottom lane, still standing. Tier 1 and tier 2 on the side of Navi. But if you would ask me who's ahead at this point, I mean, it's so difficult to tell. I think in terms of fights, M19, they've got the better of it. The only thing they lack is some more vision on the side of Navi, some deeper wards so that Misha can initiate some more fights perhaps. And I'm looking for fights because I think they have the upper hand when it comes to fighting at this stage. On the side of Navi, they need to find pickups, so they need to hope that M19 is not together and then have General pick someone off and fight that way. But
worthy tribute.
For that as well, they need some more vision. Both teams are in the same, a little bit of in the same boat. as far as it comes to vision. They can place vision on their side of the map, as they did. Both of them have a ward in their own jungle. But other than that, they can't really go out too far to place wards on the other side of the map. BKB almost done for Pycat. When the BKB is done, he can finally fight a bit better, because the silence and the crushes have really been hurting him a lot. He needs to be able to get his whirling axes off when he fights. And most of all, he needs to be able to attack so he can actually stack his fever and also get those bashes out when he fights. So the crushes and the magical damage, it's been detrimental for, or it's been just very annoying for him to deal with. Yeah. Roshan taking very fast. Corrosive Haze helping out there. But yeah, nothing to do about that for Navi. They can't fight that. Again, they need to be the ones fighting the pickoffs, and the team fights. That's something that M19 needs to find. And for people that just tune in and are not aware of M19 as a team, M19 is the team that made it through the open qualifiers. It's a Funnick stack, if you will. People have been calling it that anyway. He's the most notable player, most known player in their stack. And they made it through to the first open qualifiers. There were 124 teams in that first open qualifiers of this region. And out of the 1,024 teams, M19 was the victorious one.
A soldier's fortune.
Got a Shiva's guard up on Queen of Pain.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This tier 1 tower, finally then. Nobody of Navi here to do anything about it. There's 5 people bottom. They still have the Aegis, they have the cheese. It's go time. In the meantime, in mid lane, Weaver is pushing out the tier 2 there. He has got teleport on cooldown still for another 13 seconds, meaning that he won't be there in time to save tier 2, but he should be there in time to deal with the pressure on the base if it does happen. Queen of Pain teleporting mid, actually, wanting to go for this Weaver. Sonic Wave is there. He's got his axe, but well, doesn't even matter if he has axe, but he's dead. He did get the tower though. In the meantime, bottom lane, Queen of Pain gone. Rock fall, and Lina is already dead before we even really tune into this fight. And Lycan is just going ham, finds the Witch Doctor, kills the Witch Doctor. And across the board, that is going to be 4 dead if General dies here too. Nope, he manages to hook out, but that... Oh, they jump forward. Can they actually fight up high ground is the question, and they might. Knicks think they can. They kill off General as well. Pycat the last one alive for the team. The crush comes out right after the Mantis. The BKB still turns on though, and Pycat manages to make himself scarce, but all he can do is just stand in the fountain and watch his throne die. No, not his throne. Tier 3 tower. Still pretty bad if this turns into a lane of rack. So that's something that Navi knows as well. So they buy back. Buy back on the Clockwork, buy back on Dendy's Lina. Let's see if they can make something happen. It doesn't look like M19 is going to give them the chance to do anything with those buybacks. Oh, what you doing there, Snako? That crush would have been fine. Oh, he cancelled it. Oh, if he only knew. If he only knew. That's a tier 3 tower down though. And we saw how fast that, like that's why I said M19, they need to find those team fights. Did you see how fast Lina really was not able to do anything anymore? He just died 2 Bloodstone charges than he has. Oh, jumping forward, finding a crush, getting on 2. Both General and Suneko stuck in that time-lapse back. Nicely done. That means General's going to live for a little while longer. Suneko's going to die from that one, though. Doesn't have a time-lapse to save himself anymore. Funnick stuck in the cogs. General, he got that time-lapse, but I don't think he's going to enjoy it very much longer. If Nick's message wishes, he does get a wicked seal streak off of the kill of that Pycat. Mantis styling away from that one. 3 dead again on the side of Navi. This time, no buyback for General. Mid lane in trouble. And they're probably just gonna rotate bottom and take the racks. Perhaps they can. There's just a troll and Lina alive. There's really nothing they can do with the two of them. Better yet, if they lose Lina again, that could be game over. They're going for the shrine though for now. Playing it safe. You don't want to get too greedy. One fight can turn everything around. Rough times for Navi fans, but M19, the open qualifier dream, is alive. This is their first game of the day. They've obviously got many more to come, but they are starting strong right now. As they look to have a solid grip on this game with the net worth spiraling out of control. Experience, same story there. Navi in a tough spot to try and take this game back. Step one, getting some map control back. They've got that ward out there, but their most important mission right now is to get rid of the wards that M19 has placed over there. And then the next step is making sure that M19 is not going to come that close to the base anymore. Because if they fight that close to the base, we already saw the fights are mostly won by M19. Navi needs to try to find some pick-off so that M19 can't group up and go like that.
Rock it on!
Your armor melts away.
It's a tricky one though.
And it's
I mean, I'm saying like it's very simple to just get some map vision out and get some pick-offs. If it only was that easy as that, Dota would be a very different game than what it is right now. I do like Hunter in the night. Yeah, waves pushing out all the time.
Nice burn.
My armor.
And the question is, when is M19 gonna go again? They don't have that Aegis anymore, but they do have the cheese. They can wait for the next Aegis, it won't take that long. Regen rune, lucky bastard. Let's see if he can find someone here with a smoke gank. Oh, Viver, you're so sad. Oh, that dodge on the crush. Pycat manages to definitely dodge it with his Manta style. He'll try to teleport out. Should be able to do just that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Slardar wasn't there in time to try and get some bashes going, but without the Witch Doctor, there's no Witch Doctor ultimate. In the meantime, the wave bottom has been pushed out again. And this these barracks are going to be the tough spot. Let's see if something happens. Nice Stalker, already coming forward, looking for that silence. Blink away from Lina already, silenced off by the Weaver. Meaning he can time-lapse someone, and he's gonna have to time-lapse himself if he gets back alive after that silence ends. He does not get that though, and he ends up dropping. In the meantime, Pycat looking for a target, but he's taking so much damage from this Lycan. Warlock dropping the golems are really close to the base, and forces Navi back to their fountain. Cast gets tossed. That's a really nice one actually, but is there enough damage? There is not. Haven's Halberd paying dividend here as the Lycan manages to make sure that Pycat is not going to get a single attack off. GG's being called. Navi lose their first game in the regional qualifiers for this International 7. While M19, the open qualifier team, is successful in their first game and set a good pace. A good example for the rest